What's good, Guild? I know it's been a bit since my last video guide on a class, and last time we talked about Gunblade and how to make it go burr. But today I am extremely excited to bring to you all this guide because the brand new class known as Luster is about to make its debut on Phantasy Star Online 2 Global, and as I know some of you have been waiting for quite some time. Before we begin, please be sure to like and subscribe as always to help support the channel and get this information out there. Luster is the fourth and final Scion class to release for Phantasy Star Online 2. This class requires you to have at least 2 classes that are already level 75, and it unlocks the ability to become Luster for any character. Like Phantom and Etoile, it cannot take a subclass, but it can be used as a subclass. Luster is an uber aggressive class with its own unique mechanics, and is a bit complicated and different from other classes due to its extremely optimal playstyle, being able to counter 4 different ways to take advantage of any situation. There are 3 different styles for Luster named after the compound techniques, and each style brings various attack patterns based on the element of the weapon, your focus meter, the weapon action, and more. The style you use depends on what element the gunblade you have equipped it is, although you're probably wondering what is the best style to use, and personally I don't think there's a real answer to that question as each style suits their own unique situations. Bomel style is the most powerful style out of the 3 and is built for bossing and single targets. This style will need either dark or fire elements to use, and the voltage charges faster by using the special abilities of the class. A good tip is that this style does have the ability to inflict gelling whenever by using enhanced attacks, so be sure to add Phase Decay to your build. If you like to, you can also add it to the other styles as gelling does stay when swapping weapons. Barn style is more focused on defense and charges voltage faster by using State Arts and will need either the light or ice element to use. Normal attacks in State Arts will be given guard frames similar to that of the Ray Blade shot on Gunblade. This style is great for holding your position and allowing you to be super aggressive. For this one, I do want to give out a quick shout out for Elite 4K for providing some of the barn style footage that you're seeing in this video right now. So I really do appreciate you, homies. Thank you so much. And lastly, we have the Zombie style that specializes in AoE attacks and mobbing and will need either the wind or lightning elements to use. The voltage on this style charges faster by using move arts, and holding the normal attack creates a giant zombie AoE that will pull enemies in. The reason why this is super important is because Zombie style is a master of crowd control and speed. Using this class when you are against enemies that you may need to dodge around more and or just watch out for incoming attacks from multiple points, like if you're in infiltration and you just have a lot of blasts coming your way. Luster's mag will function as an all attack mag, meaning you can use any of the 3 attack types out of range, melee, or tech to benefit the class. So be sure that you have a level 200 attack mag ready. Also, the damage will be scaled based on the strongest of your range or melee stats. So basically, if your melee stats are higher, they will be converted automatically into range. Luster will also come equipped with an additional gauge called the voltage meter. This meter is located right next to the focus meter and will gain points every time you land an attack. This does include attacks from your mag, so adding the dance ability for melee or the shoot ability for range is recommended to keep the damage up. As your voltage meter increases, you will increase the damage you deal and your defense as well. Players will receive a 0.02% damage up, and your defense will increase by 0.04% per voltage. The voltage meter does cap at 9,999, but this damage boost itself caps out at 500 voltage. So if you are able to gain 500 voltage, you will receive a 10% boost to your damage and a 20% boost to your defense altogether. With that in mind, try to go as high as you can. If you do not attack for 5 seconds, you will lose your voltage, but you will also gain HP and PP depending on the voltage count, and by reaching 100 voltage, you will automatically apply a shifter and debond to your character. Luster, just like the other Scion classes before it, will come with 3 special photon art abilities that make this class unique. First is the move arts. A move art is when you use a photon art while holding a directional input, either forward, back, left, or right, at any point. These are great for repositioning, as Luster has a lot of mobility and without proper control it's easy to end up in the wrong spot, so move arts are your answer to that. Stay arts are another type of photon art you can use and are activated by using a PA without using any directional inputs. Very useful once you've positioned yourself at an enemy's weak point to deal more damage without moving off of it, making this convenient for steady combos. After doing your 4th normal attack, you can tap the weapon action to activate your quick shoot ability. We will go over these a little bit later, but each quick shoot varies depending on the style that you're using, as you can see. Lastly are your Enhanced Arts. You can activate this simply by holding a PA. This will use a second half of your PAs at the cost of 1 gauge on your focus meter, similar to that of the 12 skip arts. Neutral Element is a weapon action ability that is activated by double tapping the weapon action. In this state, you are officially in what is called the Purge style for a total of 10 seconds. While in this state, you have no special abilities like the other styles, except for the ability to rapid fire in place holding down the weapon action. Doing this will consume both your gear and PP. If this ability hits an enemy on activation, you will receive 3 gear back instantly. This is really useful for finishing off big mobs or giant enemies that are just right on the brink of dying. Quick Slash can be used after using a PA or slash fall or slash rise. You may notice a horizontal line glowing on your character. When pressing the normal attack while that line is visible, you will do a special attack based on the direction you are holding. Holding a direction will make you lunge in that direction while slashing. Not holding a direction will execute a ranged multiple hit attack. This is also good for repositioning yourself back onto a weak spot while staying consistent. Photon clusters are a special ability that can be activated depending on the style and will give you an additional effect in combat. And lastly, we have Luster Time, which works the same as Phantom or Hero Time, but of course with different effects to benefit the class entirely. Each style uses the same basic attacks, but you are able to unlock a 4th normal attack via the skill tree. In fact, a lot of these abilities are locked behind a level cap on Luster's skill tree. As I said earlier, Luster comes with 4 different counter options. Double dodging forward will slash the air repeatedly around you. Double dodging backwards will shoot homing lasers. And double dodging to either side will do a slide while shooting photon bullets. And while locked onto the enemy, if you single dodge left or right, you will initiate a counter similar to that of the hero class. Jumping after an attack while not holding a directional input will use slash fall, which will slam you into the ground, and as long as you're already on the ground, the attack will be weaker, but it will also stun smaller enemies. And slash rise can be used while pressing the jump button after an attack while using a directional input. For both of these, if your health is above 75%, you will cast an uncharged same verse at the end. And if your health is below 75%, you will also cast a Megaverse. Now that you have a basic understanding of the different core abilities of Luster, now it is time to look into each style. So here's where we're gonna, Alright, so here's where we're gonna get into the actual PAs of Luster. Alright. Now this is being recorded for YouTube purposes, so for all of you guys sitting back watching this video, I just want you to know, remember to like and subscribe. I know I said it twice in this video. If you don't, I'm gonna know you hate me. So anyway, listen. Alright, so we're going into Luster. Now the thing to take into for the PAs is that all of them are pretty much the same, no matter what style you're using, right? So as you just saw, I just swapped all 3 styles. They don't really change up, so you can just leave it at that. That's fine, right? Alright, so going into the PAs, of course, you're going to have your normal attack, just as Luster always has its 4th normal. Luster is the first and only class in PSO2 to have a 4th normal attack, right? 2, 3, 4. Easy peasy. Now, the first ability here is Flat Chat. Flat Chat Stay variant is just a little jab. This is just the normal Flat Chat without enhancing. Regular Stay variant as always. This is the strongest version of Flat Chat, whereas though the enhanced version of Flat Chat is basically just holding down the button. Now this can, as long as you have gear, you can actually combo the 2 into each other just by pressing them at the right time and comboing the normal into the enhanced. I just learned that one, see? I got the timing right. Yeah. All right, so other than that, you do have the move variant of Flat Chat, which the move variant is just you lunging towards the enemy in any direction that you see and attacking the enemy with 2 powerful slashes. They did pretty decent damage, right? Okay, now from here you have your weapon action. Your weapon action is very simple. All you have to do is hold that baby down and you'll go into a million jab stinger light combo. Boom. And you can finish off opponents that way. The longer you do hold it, the more gauge it uses. So be sure to keep that in mind when you're comboing in with Luster. Alright, Now, to activate Full Metal's photon bits, all you want to do is you want to go ahead and use one PA, and then right before the just attack circle reaches, you want to use it again. So you just want to go 1, 2. And this photon bit will deal damage over time as long as it's making contact with the enemy. Perfect for single boss combos or just dealing with mobs in some cases, right? Next thing you have here is brand extension. Brand extension stay variant is just a little twist that you can combo a bunch of different times, and as you can see, it doesn't really take that much PP either, right? And again, all you have to do is just do that twice. It's an easy photon cluster for you, just in case you were wondering how to get this fast in the combo. Well, it's made that easy for you, right? Okay. The move variant for this, or excuse me, let's do the enhance and then the move. That might be a little bit better just to keep a schedule with these things, like a rhythm, okay? So the enhanced variation of this attack is just you adding more slashes to your brand extension and increasing that damage. This can also be comboed into a quick slash for you if you wait at the very last second for that little slash to come through. All right, and next up is you have the move variant. The move variant is really good, especially if you have all enemies around you, just like a giant mob. You can just go ahead and wreck that mob apart. Or if you're just trying to reposition yourself on the boss, if you end up being on the arm and you need to reposition yourself to the head, you can reposition yourself while doing that damage. Next PA we have is the slug scatter. Slug scatter is basically the shotgun. The stay variant is just a shotgun blast towards the enemy. You can actually combo this out twice. Does pretty decent damage and offers as a retreat if you need to back up as well. You can also combo this into, just like the rest of the PAs actually, you can combo this into your quick slash. All right, the move, or excuse me, the enhanced variant increases but also shoots you into the sky. This is good because you can actually go from slug scatter into brand extension, or if you want to, you can go slug scatter into flat chat. This is an easy combo just to keep your distance from certain enemies, and to keep that mobility going for you. So you have options in this case. The move variant of slug scatter, excuse me, I almost forgot the name for a second. The move variant of slug scatter is just pretty much spraying bullets down from above. This is really cool because you can mix this up with the next PA that we're going to go into and just deal that increased range damage before you go in on an opponent and just set up your rotation, right? Next up, we have hollow point. Hollow point is just as simple as one measly shot that does a crap ton of damage. That's pretty much it, right? That is the stay variant of hollow point. When you're going into the enhanced motion, it does increase the range just a little bit while also adding in those extra shots. And if you're using the move variant, it allows you to keep those extra shots. And you can do the stay variant while you're doing the move variant, by the way. I don't know why I forgot to mention that, but yeah. You can do the stay variants as you're doing the move variants, or sorry, the regular PA. So I can go one shot, right? And then if I want to, I can still enhance it by going boom. As long as I'm moving or standing still, it doesn't matter. Next up are smart PAs. Smart PAs are exclusive to Luster, and they are a special photon art built to use any of the initial photon arts automatically based on the situation. These are really good if you cannot figure out exactly how to play super optimal, but you want to enjoy the class on a casual level. Basically using your options to fit your needs. So with your rock bear, remember with your bar and style that you actually do have guard frame. So to activate your photon cluster on bar and style, just want to make sure you go ahead and use a PA or normal attack when you're hit. As long as that guard frame becomes active, you will activate your photon cluster for Baron, which of course is at 25% extra damage. This does stack on top if you tend to use Luster Time, and Luster Time will give you a 30% damage reduction that will stack with that and make it an easy 55% damage reduction. All right. Now with Zombie Style active is a little bit different, and it does take the fourth option of your dodging, which is your weapon shoot, or your weapon action here, which is your quick shoot. As long as you quick shoot at the right time, you will counter the attack, and you will now activate your photon cluster, which means as long as I make contact with the enemy on attacks, you see bolts of Zombie shoot from the sky and add damage to my attack patterns. Just as simple as that. Now, when we're talking about Luster Time, as long as Luster Time is active, you will receive 200% PP recovery, you will receive a 30% damage reduction, and your photon cluster will activate. But just to let you know, as long as you are in Purge style, your photon cluster will not activate when using Luster Time. So If you go ahead and pop Luster Time, as you can see, the Photon Cluster activates and you get all of those extra abilities added to your character. To activate Luster Finish, all you have to do is activate the Luster Time again, and you're going for your finisher move. Okay guys, we are now live recording everything through stream about the Luster combos that you're going to want to learn when taking on this class. Now, these combos may be a little bit difficult at first, but I promise you, if you just come into Rock Bear training, you take your time to learn these things, and you will come out on top. Now, the one thing I do want to say about these combos is that other than the barn style combo that I'm going to show you guys, you can pretty much do each of these combos with each style, but they do benefit depending on which style you use them on. So I'm going to show you a real simple combo using the Fomel style. Just give me 1 minute. All right, so this one is going to start off with brand extension, and then it's going to go into some other stuff. All right, so this combo is basically like this. All right, simple. So pretty much, and what you can actually do is, if you want to extend on this combo a little bit more, when you're actually using your flat chat, you can hit the flat chat and then proc your photon or your photon cluster right before you hit the enhanced flat chat, just as simple as that. And that will have the damage over time come in the middle of the combo. So pretty much the whole combo is, oh, I screwed that one up. And right, and then you can go in from there. Now, that is your Fomel style combo. The reason why this works so well with Fomel style is because when you proc your photon cluster, you get that damage over time, and that adds on to the damage that you're already doing, right? So now when we're going into Barn style combo is pretty simple, just because the Barn style is no more attack on a range and its quick shoot ability that does some pretty decent damage. And as you can see, the quick shoot ability does not take any gauge. Now you can also just go 1, 2, 3, 4, quick shoot, and then into your weapon action just to add a little bit more damage on top. But with that, you can also just throw your enhanced normal attack right on top of that with it. So it's pretty easy, just enhanced normal, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and boom. Easy damage. Going into your Zombie style combo, this one's going to be a little bit harder because it's going to have to take you to know the placements on your weapon actions for each of them. And this actually does more damage if you prop Zombie style's gear ability, which is by using your quick shoot ability or your weapon action to dodge an attack, and you'll have the little zombie bolts coming down from above. This one is pretty simple. First thing you want to do is you want to start off by going into your flat chat, and then you want to use your move arts on your brand extension, your slug scatter, and your hollow point. I forgot that PA's name for a second. So it's pretty much like this. Simple. And you can keep that going for as long as you need to. So pretty much the only thing you want to do is you want to use the enhanced version of your hollow point once you get to it. Everything else is just going to be the move art. The reason why you want to do this is because Zombie style's move arts do increase the voltage a lot faster, and it increases your gauge a lot faster. So that's going to help you out in the long run. So again, you just want to go. Simple combo. Now you too can be a Luster master with enough practice and time. This is a really tough guide for me to make considering all the information, but I wanted to get this out to thank you all for the support, even helping me be more comfortable with YouTube recently. I'm trying to do better with my videos, so there were some things that I actually left out of this video just because I wanted to make those referenced in the skill tree videos that I'm going to put out once Luster comes out. So do excuse me for any missed information here. I'm just going to wait a little bit later, as those are more detailed to the skill tree more than the character's core abilities. Luster will be available on February 3rd, and you can catch all of it during the preview on Arcs Hour featuring Kuropi. So listen, this team at PSO2 is absolutely wonderful. I'll be there full of energy, and I hope to see you guys there supporting as well. For more information and live PSO2 gameplay, you can follow me at twitch.tv/KingCosma, same as my Twitter or any of my socials. Until next time, Arcs, and may your guiding light shine.